Let's move on now to the final email of the day. And the final email today comes to us from Joseph. And Joseph writes the following. Hi, John. Love your show. Thank you so much, Joseph. I just started watching the show Entourage for the second time, and I'm just curious, John, how accurate is the show with filmmaking, scripts being thrown away, actors getting jobs, agents working with actors, studios, heads, greenlighting movies, etc., basically to the real movie world in Hollywood? All right, thanks a lot for the question, Joseph. And you know what? I enjoyed Entourage, I did, but I was a little bit late to the party. I didn't start watching Entourage in season 1. I think it was in season 2 or 3. By the time I moved to LA and moved to Hollywood. And I'll never forget this. The very first place, because me and my buddy moved out here, and I remember I thought it was the coolest thing. I rented an apartment right on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. I thought, oh, this is going to be so glamorous and amazing. I'm going to live in Hollywood, right? Remember, you're talking to a kid from the Hammer, from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, right? Moving down to LA, I'm going to live on Sunset Boulevard. It's going to be the coolest thing in the world. And it was a great little apartment, kind of a scummy neighborhood, but anyway. And in the opening credits of Entourage, you know how they're in the car and they're driving and they show the sights you'd see on Sunset Boulevard? Well, one of the things that they show that's highlighted is this strip club in Hollywood. What's the name of the club? Seventh Veil. Thank you. Why did you know that so quickly, fact checker Jonathan? Anyway, the name of the strip club was Seventh Veil. It's right there in Hollywood on Sunset. And my apartment, my bedroom window was right across the street from it. And it had these flashing lights. My friends used to say, it's like a circus calling to children. Come over here. Anyway. But it was pretty funny because I lived right across the street from that Entourage opening credit scene, right? But I'm going to tell you what. I started watching that show, and I started living in Hollywood right about the same time. You would be shocked how accurate that show is. As ridiculous as that show is, and as nonsensical as it seems, and as fantasy as it seems, I was shocked about how actually real that is, which I suppose we shouldn't be all that surprised about, because Mark Wahlberg, who kind of created and produced the show, I mean, he based a lot of that on real people and him and his real experiences in Hollywood. So we really shouldn't be. But if you're living in the Hammer, if you're living in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, or you're living in Vancouver, or you're living in Buffalo, or you're living at wherever, and you watch it, and it's like, you'd watch Entourage and think, oh, that's just all nonsense. No, I'm telling you what, as I started to live in Hollywood, and I started hanging out with certain people, some people who work in studios, some actors, some directors and stuff like that, and hearing the stories being told, I'm telling you what, I'm not saying everything in Entourage was based on 100% fact, but come down and live in LA for a couple of weeks, and you will be shocked at just how actually true to life that show really is. It's nuts, because you would think, wait a minute, we're talking about $1 billion business. People couldn't make decisions based on those things. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. People are big, professional, and rich. They wouldn't be this petty towards each other because they're all rich and happy. No, they really do. They really do. Professional wouldn't act like that in today. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, they do. And it was just kind of fun and funny that I was kind of starting watching that show and living down in LA at the same time. So, and everybody who lives in LA and have lived in LA for a long time, I'm sure they looked at that show and thought, no big deal. Yeah, that's just life around here. But for somebody like me, who came down from Canada and just I never thought something like that could be the case. But it really, really is. So, yeah, there you go. Thanks for the question.